Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Coming to the Tourist Man in Black Africa. We are headed for Christmas Day when many people are traveling to various destinations. There are those who are traveling to the villages, there are those who are traveling to the coast, there are those who are traveling to various destinations like Kisumu. And I don't know what you have planned for this Christmas. For me, I'll just decide to maybe visit the natural places, like maybe the ranges, the mountains, the waterfalls. I know what to do. So, today I want us to look at a developing story. I call it a developing story because the drama has just begun. I don't know whether to call it a scandal in the making because it is shrouded in mystery. When William Samoei Ruto traveled to the United States of America, he met the CEO of Delta Airlines. And when he met with the CEOs of these, they had only one objective. They had only one agenda to sell 48% of the stake of Kenya Airways to the Delta Airlines. This is very, very interesting because you remember there was a time that I think in 2009 that the Delta Airlines cancelled a tender because they decided to start a direct flight. I think, is it Dallas to Nairobi? There was something like that through Dakar, but it was cancelled on security ground. And according to the transport department in the US, they said that the airline was not secure because of the terrorists, especially the Al-Shabaab. So what we are saying here is that when he met these guys, after meeting these guys, and what we know is that the Delta airline is the biggest US carrier as far as the market is concerned. And what we have is that it is so huge. Delta airline is so huge, and it is one of the most profitable airlines in US. But Ruto declined to give details of the meeting. When asked about it, he said that he is not willing to operate an airline that just have a Kenyan flag, but is not making profit. That is what he said. And later, he told, I think, Boomerang News that he will sell everything in KQ, in Kenya Airways. He's going to sell everything. And this is worrying because when you look at this, I think it is something that is not very, very clear. And Kenyans are asking hard questions. Many people are asking. In fact, this story is also in the most print medias. Today's you are likely to find the story, or even yesterday. But in this video, I want us to look at why I think this is a developing scandal. I want us to look at the reason why this thing is happening in the way it is not supposed to be happening. And the first question, because many people are asking many questions, the first question that any person would ask is, why is the deal secret? Why is William Samuel Ruto directly involving himself with the Delta Airlines? Secretary. The question is secretary. Because we know very well that as per the government rules and regulations, there should be competitive bidding and tendering after tendering. And even the vehicles, small vehicles, the government vehicles that you see, even the pickups, a bid has to be there. It's not just a matter of waking up and selling government properties, because these things belongs to the people. These things is the property of the nation. It is my property. It is your property. So the question that many people are asking is about the secret, because when you look at it, he did not want to talk about it when he was asked. He declined to talk about it, and he only told Boomerang News that he will sell everything as far as Kenya Airways is concerned. The other question that we would pose to the government: what is this that the Delta Airlines is going to do to make profit that Kenyans cannot do? What is this that Kenya Airways cannot be able to do this? Which miracle is Delta going to perform? Because if you tell me, if you ask me, I can say that what we know is that the losses that have been that have been incurred by KQ are artificial. They are man-made. Because yes, there was COVID. We agree there was COVID, and it affected so many airlines. But KQ was not the only one that was affected. And one of the major reasons why it is making losses, and good the truth be told, is because some people hire private jets. And when you have private leased jets to a government entity, you can see the competition. You can see what we mean by state capture. By the way, many people have never understood what it means to be a state capture. This is one way of capturing the state, whereby you lease your properties to the government agencies or to the government to the parastatals, and you reap the profit. Again, the other reason why KQ has been making losses is because of the contracts of fuel. It is understood that KQ was paying more for fuel than its competitors. Tell me how it was going to make profit. Because these contractors were people with the connections. There were people in government, and there are still some people still in government. So how is it, why is he not addressing these artificial losses? Because if you ask me, this is the best way to go about it is to tame corruption, because this is corruption. But you see, the problem with the UDA is that it is not tackling corruption the way it should be tackling. In fact, they are not talking about it. And this is very easy to make this organization profitable. Again, the other question that many people are posing is that why is it that it is the president who is single-handedly scouting for Delta? Why? Why Delta? Why the president? Because I believe we have enough people in the transport docket. You have the CS, and even for finance can be there. And even if it is trade, we can have several CS, because this is something that cuts across many dockets. Because finance will come there, transport will come here, and many other. Even if the president was there, I think single-handling something like this is something that is raising many questions, because the president should not be the one who should be scouting this. We know that when they meet in the sidelines of the meetings, like now, when they were, because 50 of the president met the USA Biden, yes, in the sidelines they are likely to make many deals. But I think it is good to have what we call open bidding. It is good to have something that is clear to everybody. Again, the other question that many people are asking, Qatar Airlines has been eyeing KQ for many years. And when you see Qatar Airlines eyeing this for many years, it means that they know very well that KQ can make profit. They know very well that it makes profit. And the question now that the big answer is, why not give other competitors at least a chance? Why are you not going for Qatar Airlines? Why the Delta? And we know there are others that are interested. It's only that Qatar has expressed interest. But now, when you see that we are just single-handedly going for the Delta Airlines, then there's something here. There's something here, because it is not clear. Because when you want to eliminate the other competitors, when you want to remove bidding, then it shows there is something that is being hidden here. There are some benefits that are coming with this. When you look at the whole thing, it is what we call Cherera's opaqueness. This is a new term in politics. When something is not clear, it is opaque. When something is not transparent, it is opaque. And I believe the word transparent and accountability should not be a new word in a UDA, because we know that as a government, they are accountable to the people who put them in office. And I think maybe people have never known how some parastatals were sold. For instance, remember there was the telecommunication giant, and they lost everything to Safaricom, and Safaricom is owned by foreigners. Today, Safaricom is owned by foreigners, and Kenyans own, and the government owns just a small share. So the 48.9% is huge, if you ask me, because the other shares is owned by foreigners also. So these shares of 48%, why not sell them to the Kenyans? Because I believe Kenyans are equal to the task. Kenyans are billionaires, by the way, and I know there are some billionaires who can operate this airline profitably. But all said and done, we can say that this could be a scandal in the offing. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, this is a developing scandal. May you have a Merry Christmas.